All right, we should be good to go. Dan is back from vacation, everybody. Let's welcome him back with a good round of some music trivia here. So what's going on, Dan? How was Florida? How was Disney?
It was very relaxing, even though you're constantly on the go. I had a great time. I noticed I got a little tan from it. It was moist out. It was very hot and humid, but it was a great time. It wasn't busy. We barely waited on pretty much any ride. We didn't wait, I don't think, longer than 20 minutes for any ride, so it was great. But
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
was it just not busy, or did you guys have the fancy passes?
Well, I got rid of those temporarily. They're coming out with a new system soon, so it was just this is like the least busy time of year because all the southern states are going back to school already. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know what any of the questions are. Not a single one.
I came up with all of them. So
my butt just got back a couple hours ago, so I'm excited. And see how we do.
Sean says Monday does not slap except for trivia. You're damn right. We always slap. So, all right. So anybody that's not watching this live, guys, if you want to check it out live, we do on Monday nights give away a $25 Amazon gift card to the winner. So anybody that wants to check it out that's not watching it live, every Monday and Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure that you hop on and check it out live. If not, that's okay. You can watch it afterwards, but you might be leaving money on the table by not being here. Also, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Help us push over 1,000 subs and get that watch time up there so that we can monetize. And in the future, we want to be able to do giveaways every single game.
That's right. And guys, in exactly 1 month, we're going to be doing 31 days of different trivia. We're going to be doing all catered towards Halloween, whether it be horror movies, whether it be, Halloween trivia, fun facts, history of trick-or-treating, history, all these different things. Every single day is going to be something. So stay tuned for that. We'll be advertising that a lot, pushing that pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be fun. I will say horror movies are definitely not my expertise. I love Halloween time. I love a good scary movie. It's not my expertise, but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It is. So without further ado, let's get to it.
Let me make sure I got all this stuff off here so there's nothing covering the screen here. Let me get this baby started here. So we got 5 rounds as usual. And there we go. We're good there. Let me do that. Let's share it. And perfect. I think we should be good. Just check it out.
Oh, look at that fancy background.
I liked it. I was going to go with the neon theme because Dan and I are very partial to neon. However, I kind of like just the classic black and white on that.
Yep. Nice, 50s microphone there.
Yep. Oh, yeah. You want to do round 1?
Let's do it. Round number 1. Question 1. Which English guitarist has the nickname Slow Hand? Mark Knopfler, Jimmy Page, Jeff Beck, or Eric Clapton? So this one I do know because as I get older, I do like this guitarist. I like his music. Although, honestly, I like him because he has been known to be in a lot of different bands. Eric Clapton he's kind of like a gun for hire in his early days. He was kind of like a mercenary going from band to band. One of my favorite songs of all time is Layla by Derek and the Dominoes, in which he has that amazing guitar riff. But yeah, Eric Clapton's good. I personally like his, when he's not solo as much. I find his solo stuff is a little slower.
I think I saw somewhere too. Wasn't Wonderful Tonight like the number 1 song? Was it the 70s?
Yeah.
Which kind of shocks me. I love that song. It's a great song. But it is surprise me.
Yeah, it does seem a little odd. All right, question number 2. What singer has had a Billboard number 1 hit in each of the last 4 decades? Mariah Carey, Madonna, Green Day, or Bon Jovi? Gosh, okay, so last 4 decades would be, be 1990, 2000s, 2010s, and technically 2020 run, right? I mean, is that how we're going? Or are we going cutting off at 2020?
Oh man, I'm trying to remember.
Because I mean that's splitting hairs probably. I'm gonna go with Mariah Carey. No, Madonna. No, I'm gonna go Madonna.
You would have been right on the first one. It actually is Mariah Carey.
The last Madonna song that I feel like was popular was Die Another Day, at least from the James Bond song.
I was gonna say, like, that's the last one I could name on that. Curtis
the only one representing
people banking on my love of Bon Jovi. I do love me some Bon Jovi, but they have been around 4 decades. Actually, all of these, surprisingly, Green Day, they've been around 4 decades.
Wow, that's crazy. Question number 3: which member of the Avengers had a brief stint as a pop star? Zoe Saldana, Scarlett Johansson, Dave Bautista, or Brie Larson? I do believe I know this one. I believe, and I'm gonna throw out a guess. I'm just gonna wait a moment. So my guess is, I think it's Brie Larson, but I could be wrong.
Let's see what everybody going with ScarJo on this one. So Dan actually is right. It is Brie Larson.
She was part of like a indie. She was like I could see her being like one of those like fedora wearing gals that like could rock like a bass or something. I don't know what she actually. Probably not. She probably just sings. But
wow, everybody going with Scarlett Johansson on that one.
ScarJo's been acting since like Home Alone 3. She was in Home Alone 3 back in the 90s.
Yeah,
as a kid, I do remember that. That was a terrible movie, though.
Yep, the forgettable one.
Still love it.
Oh, I loved it as a kid.
Question number 4. The J in Mary J. Blige stands for what? Jessica, Jerry, Janice, or Jane? I have no idea.
It's going to be... let's see if we have some Mary J. Blige fans out there.
I'm going to go with Jerry, just because like I feel like someone would name their kid Mary Jerry Blige.
I didn't even think about that when I put it in there. I was just trying to think of a J name.
Well, is it Jane?
It is. Wow, a lot of people getting that.
Really? They named their kid Mary Jane Blige? That seems a little cruel. But
a lot of people going with that. I figured that was going to be the one that would stump a lot of people. I knew the last 2 questions would be tough, but I think the 5th question wasn't too bad in this round. I'm trying to remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't super hard. I tried to mix it up and throw a couple really hard ones in each round.
Let's see. Final question. J Beebs, who slaps? Got to start which star found him on YouTube? Usher, T-Pain, Pitbull, or Neo? Boy. 2 of these guys, actually 3 of them, honestly. Other than Pitbull, like what happened to the other 3? I think Usher does a lot of producing.
I was gonna say I think Usher's much more into producing now. Yeah, Pitbull's still around, but yeah, Neo and T-Pain and really Usher haven't been really like mainstream in the last 10 years. I don't think.
Yeah, and Usher did find Justin Bieber on YouTube. The rest is history. J Beebs and his slapping music. But yeah, I don't know what happened to T-Pain. Pitbull's still, when you type in Pitbull on Google, his image pops up before an actual dog. That's how you know you're famous.
Mm-hmm. So he was wasn't before he got famous, wasn't he like super poor?
I don't know.
Well, I'm pretty sure he was like in pretty rough shape.
Mitchell says, Dan knows my love for the Biebs. Man is my actual dad. Yeah. J Biebs is honestly just awesome. He went through kind of a douchebag phase for a while, and then I think kind of actually seems like he's mellowed out a little bit.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we got first round. We got a couple winners here, and nobody cleared the board. So we have Curtis at the top with 4, so he gets 1. And the second and third place came down to just time and speed. So you had Dirk and Brooke with 1 as well. Oops. 1. All right.
All right. Let's bring on round 2 here.
Yeah, that you had some peeps on that one. That was a little tougher. I'll give you credit. Kyle's up in his game since I came back. He was lobbing up nice, easy home runs for everyone, and now no more.
That's right. That's how you suck them in to want to keep on playing more. You got to make it somewhat easy,
and then you destroy them,
and they get addicted. It's like a casino. I'm like that easy slot machine that gives you even if you don't win, they make you feel like you won. You got the lights and sirens and dingers going off. Like, holy shit, this guy just made a fortune and you made 2 pennies.
Yeah.
All right, number 1. Who is the lead singer of Pearl Jam? Stone Gossard, Ricky Rocket, Eddie Vedder, Eddie Rowland.
So Bobby Ann says sad times. She's at work right now, or he's at work. Sorry. It's only a few questions for me.
It's all right, Bobby. We appreciate you
okay.
being here. You know what? Hey, even if you're only here for a couple rounds, you still could win.
Yeah, 100%.
All it takes is winning a couple rounds sometimes.
Depends who's counting, me or Kyle. Kyle tried jipping me out of a couple rounds last time we were playing. So,
all right, who do you think it is?
I honestly don't know. I know Pearl Jam. Obviously, I know a lot of their songs. I didn't know that one. I'm gonna be honest.
So I'm not sure who Stone Gossard is. Ricky Rocket was a guitarist for Poison. Eddie Rowland was frontman for Collective Soul. I figured I'd get a few people to go with 4. I'm not sure who Stone Gossard is. I'm trying to remember. I found the name somewhere though. All right, number 2. Which Spice Girl went on to marry David Beckham? Sporty Spice, Scary Spice, Posh Spice, none of the above.
Oh. Interesting.
Oh, Sean says that Stone was a guitarist of Pearl Jam. Huh. Well, thank you, Sean. I learned something new. I did not know that. I would not have gotten that.
I'm going to go with none of the above. I think isn't it like, I don't know, or is it Posh Spice? Maybe it's Posh Spice.
It is Posh.
Posh Spice.
I'm shocked. I figured being married to Steph, I figured that would be like drilled in your brain.
Honestly, Spice Girls is like
or growing up with Mom, because we used to listen to them in the car a lot.
Spice Girls to me is just one of those that I just can't do. If the CIA were to ever torture me in a room, it would be playing Spice Girls over and over. I would crack within after like one song.
All right, number 3. Bruce Springsteen was famously from which state? New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Delaware.
There he is, lobbing them up, folks. Just knocking them out of the park.
Bon Jovi drew a lot of inspiration from the Boss, and they're actually from the same state. So that should help.
I mean, honestly, is anyone famous from Delaware? I mean, not to dump on anyone from Delaware. I apologize if someone's from Delaware, but like Delaware is so small.
Well, see, it was either between that or Rhode Island, because I kind of thought the same for both of them, but I was like, it might be something that might be just like believable enough because it's so unbelievable.
I mean, I'm sure if I type in like famous people from Delaware, I'm sure you get like a list of 100 or 200 people, but like I don't know any. I mean, I don't know any off the top of my head. That's
one right there that's going to come down to who was the fastest, I think, on that one.
Yep. There he is. He just Steph says Joe Biden. Well, there you go. He was senator of Delaware, governor, one of those. I don't even know. Probably senator.
All right, number 4. I'm curious if Dan will know this. Which song became Aerosmith's first and only one number one hit? I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, Dream On, Back in the Saddle, Angel. I'm curious, after Dan answers, do you know what one was their second highest hit that they had on that list?
I believe I do.
All right, so what's the answer to this?
So it's I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, which came out in 1998.
Yep.
And which is funny because that came out like I think 24 years after Dream On came out, which was their first hit. I believe their biggest hit was actually Angel, other than
it was, yeah.
I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. And that came out in 1991?
Yeah.
No, 1988.
Early 90s. It rose to number 3, which that was their second. It shocked me when I found out they only had one number 1 hit, because I mean, we went to a concert of theirs, and literally every single song is a massive hit. I mean, it's crazy. All right, number 5. Which band / artist has the most ever number 1 hits?
Ooh.
The Beatles, Rolling Stones, Madonna, Elvis.
This is a tough one, and I have my guess. I'm going to go with Madonna as my guess. Elvis is my close second. Beatles maybe, but like I don't think the Rolling Stones to me didn't have a ton of number 1 hits, at least in my mind. The way my brain works.
Stones are overrated, in my opinion. It's my father-in-law's favorite band. I like their music, but
the Stones.
I think it's more of a. I think it's more of a like a. You had to be alive in that era.
I think the Stones definitely are something like the Grateful Dead, or like you got the Deadheads. You got they're their own. They got a following. And I do like their music now more than I did. Okay, the Beatles. Most people want the Beatles.
I did not think. I thought honestly, I thought number 4 was going to get more love than just one person. I thought Elvis would definitely get more.
Real quick, so I got 2 people. So Stephanie here. So Joe Biden. That's on me. I probably should have thought about that. And then let's see. We got another one here.
Somebody said George
Thorogood.
Yep.
Okay, that's 2 people. Give me third. Give me a third person, just for the heck of it, real quick. Give me a third person from Delaware that's famous, without looking it up, because I'm curious. But we'll start round number 3 first.
Did you get the
winners? Oh, jeez. No, I was so flustered about that.
Buff Edit says The Rock. Is he from Delaware?
He's not from the Delaware.
No way.
From the Delaware. Why am I saying the Delaware? Like it's what am I doing? He's not from the Delaware.
It's the forbidden land.
All right.
It's like what was it in the land before time? Was it the Great Valley?
Yep.
The Great Valley.
Oh my god, that's funny. Look at that. Mitch not only got first, he got first.
Wow.
Let's go, Mitch. All right, here we go. Round number 3. This separates the haves and the have-nots. Right here. So it looks like here Evelyn says she needs to change her name to Evelyn. Yeah, Evelyn, I'm sorry, I didn't know what you wanted me to say for a name, so I'm just I'll start calling you Evelyn. That'll make it a lot easier because I don't know how to pronounce.
I think the other night I was calling it. I was saying easy because I couldn't pronounce.
Oh yeah,
it, so
that works too. I'll say Evelyn.
Evelyn's good. Buff Edit says he likes The Rock. I'm pretty sure everybody does. If
no,
you don't, then
Mitch is the only one who doesn't, and that's what's wrong with him.
Mitch doesn't like The Rock?
No, he thinks he's overrated. I know. All right, question number 1. Who had a 1969 top 5 hit with the song A Boy Named Sue? Willie Nelson, Kristofferson, Johnny Cash, or Bob Dylan?
Do you know this one?
No, honestly, I don't, because none of these people, including Bob Dylan, I'm not a fan of. I don't like Bob Dylan. I think he's very
yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. If you had to take a guess, who are you thinking?
Honestly, probably Bob Dylan.
Ooh.
That would be my guess.
So Dan's pulling a Mitch and going against the grain on this one.
Everyone's going Johnny Cash. Wow, I thought that was past Johnny Cash's time.
It is the Cash Man.
The Cash Man.
I don't know if that was a nickname of his or not, but if not, I'm trademarking.
I have a theory on that one.
Cash Man.
Looks like Dirk answered first on that one. Everyone's just like, "What the hell? I'm going to follow him." That's my theory.
He was quick draw on that, so everybody's like, "Okay, we're just going with that."
Yep. Follow the leader on that one, peeps. Not a bad strategy. Doesn't always pay off, especially when I guess something. All right, question number 2. What city was Huey Lewis in the news from? San Francisco. No pressure, Steph, but if you get this wrong, I'm never talking to you again. New Orleans, Houston, or Boston? So this was actually the one and only question I came up with because we had a repeat question on accident when we were doing it. So,
yep. Well, not necessarily a repeat, but it would have been a precursor to a question that comes later on where you have to kind of name like who that person's the front man for. So, yeah, Dan came through in the clutch with this one, though.
Looks like almost everyone. Mitch went with a different one. Mitch went with New Orleans.
Mitch was blazing his own path on that. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just going to say, I'm sorry, Mitch, it didn't, but I knew when we said New Orleans, I knew we were going to get somebody to go with that. Because Huey, I will say, I love Huey Lewis in the news. They slap, and they do have that New Orleans, like, jazzy feel to them.
Mm-hmm. Man, oh, man. I love Huey Lewis in the news.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't get old. Yeah.
Where would you rank them in terms of your favorite bands?
They're my favorite now. They've passed Aerosmith as my favorite band.
Yeah, they're top 5 for me easily.
All right, third question. Which famous music group was formerly known as the New Yardbirds? Van Halen, Quiet Riot, Metallica, or Led Zeppelin?
Oh, man, we're digging deep into the music knowledge on this one. A lot of people going 4-1.
Ooh. The New Yardbirds. I'm gonna go with a lot
of them going with 4-1.
Metallica. And this is just a complete guess. I have no clue. This is a good question. I don't know this one.
I got to be honest, I don't remember the answer. It's either 4 or 1, but I don't
There
remember.
it is.
Okay, I was gonna say
Okay.
I was thinking it was 4, but I didn't want to be like, oh, it's 1, and then find out that it's 4 or vice versa. So
Yeah, that's smart.
I tried to find 4 bands that all kind of had that kind of similar sound, or at least a couple that matched up with one another.
All right, this is definitely Kyle's question.
Oh yeah.
Question number 4: which '90s band topped the rock charts with hits "December" and "The World I Know"? Radiohead, Pearl Jam, Collective Soul, or Audio Slave? I'm gonna be honest. I already know the answer. I know because Kyle loves Collective Soul.
See, I love a few of their songs. They've got like 3 to 4 songs that I love. I listen to them all the time, but they're not my favorite. The World I Know is my favorite song. I love that song. It's just every time you listen to it, it's like, oh man, like this is a good song. But they're not even like a top 10 band for me. Like I like their music, but
let me ask you guys this: were any of these bands referenced in American Psycho? I don't think so. They were not, unlike Huey Lewis in the News. Just saying. All right, final question for round number 3. Rock band AC/DC actually originates from which country? Scotland, New Zealand, Ireland, or Australia? So, I do believe I know this one. I'm like 95% sure.
Ooh, we're all over the board on
Oh
this.
yeah. That's what I like to see. I like to see a little discrepancy here. I'm going to guess New Zealand. I believe it is New Zealand, right?
Let's see. Who else picked New Zealand? Let's see. So Buff Edits went New Zealand, and so did Evelyn. So it is actually Australia.
Oh, man.
I put New Zealand on there because I knew that was probably the closest comparison, and then I did Scotland and Ireland, figuring, okay, those are kind of similar to one another too. But yes, it is Australia. So got some peeps on that one right there. So this is going to be an interesting round.
This is. This is round 3, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're past the halfway point here.
Woo! We got a couple new peeps, and so Dirk takes the official lead with 2 points. And then Sean is on the board, and Stephanie's on the board.
All right, so I have a question. So Mitch said earlier in the chat he just heard about Huey Lewis in the News.
Probably from hanging out with me. It's my sphere of influence I have on these younger boys.
Mitch.
Don't understand the good music.
How would you never heard of Huey Lewis in the News? I mean, I'm glad that you've heard of him now, as everybody should have. But oh man, we've failed the younger generation as a society if people haven't heard of Huey Lewis in the News.
One day I want to be able to listen to them perform. Unfortunately, not performing live at the moment. I may have missed my one and only chance. We'll see. Maybe one day I'll be able to I'll guilt him into performing for me solo. I'm okay with that.
I'd be totally okay with that.
But he has like a hearing, something with his hearing where it's affecting his. Supposedly it affects his vocals, and I think he's very nervous about it. But they just released an album last year. That album slaps. I'm just gonna let you guys know. Check it out. It's on Spotify.
Dude, all their stuff does.
It's a very good album. I'm really happy about that.
Even like some of their less mainstream stuff, you can't help but just sit there and like just feel good as you're listening to it.
Sean says they're great live. Sean, I'm so jealous.
I am too. All right, number 1. Which singer is a godmother to Elton John's 2 sons? Rihanna, Lady Gaga, Lady Antebellum, Katy Perry.
Isn't Lady Antebellum a band?
Oh, I don't know. There's a female in there.
There's a female in there, but Lady Antebellum's just a band.
Oh, I don't know. I threw it in there because I was like, oh, that might get somebody.
Yeah, why not?
I knew I was going to get some people with Katy Perry on that. So it is 2. It is Lady Gaga. That question was for Dan. He loved Gaga.
I do. I'm Gaga over Lady Gaga. I love her music. I think she's just an awesome person. Love to meet her one day.
She does have some good music, I will say.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of hit her peak though, like 10 years ago. I mean, she's still putting out good stuff, but there was a time when we were in college, literally like every freaking song was a #1 hit. It was crazy.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, number 2, Rob Thomas was frontman for which popular 90s and 2000s band? Matchbox 20, Creep, Collective Soul, Beck.
Well, here we go. Kyle tossing up another softball, right?
Yeah.
If
you don't know, if you were listening earlier, I already said that Eddie Rowland was lead singer for Collective Soul, so you can automatically get rid of that one right there. Pretty sure everybody knows who Rob Thomas is. So, if you don't, he was frontman for Matchbox 20. I think they're actually they still
perform, I believe.
I was gonna say I think they still perform,
but not all the time. I think it's kind of
man. Matchbox 20, they're easily top 5 bands of the 90s.
Oh yeah, I for me they're top 3 because I'm not like a huge 90s guy like you. I'm more 80s, but 70s and 80s. But Matchbox 20's got just great songs, and I like Rob Thomas's solo career too.
Actually, I was gonna say he's one of those few that made the jump to a solo career, and actually it panned out really well for him.
Wow, everyone got that right. Nice, easy one.
All right, number 3, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is situated in what U.S. state? Tennessee, Ohio, Michigan, Kentucky.
Is there a particular reason why? Do you know? Is there a reason why? It's in Cleveland.
Right. Yep. I was going to say it's in Cleveland.
It's the only thing. Do you think they gave it to him out of pity? They're like, that's the only good thing Cleveland's got going for them. The Browns are finally okay, I guess. But, I mean.
Probably. A lot of people go in Tennessee. I'm going to guess because of country music and everything that goes on there. Elvis, some of that type of stuff. But yes, it is Cleveland, Ohio. I'd like to go.
Sean says because Cleveland rocks. We should have went. We were in college and we went to Cleveland for one of our things we did for Syfe, and we had the opportunity. We didn't have enough time.
So speaking of Tennessee, Graceland was the mansion owned by Elvis. Where is it located? Nashville, Memphis, Knoxville, Chattanooga.
I believe I know this. Again, I'm like 90% sure, but I was pretty sure about the AC/DC one wrong, and I got that wrong. So my guess is.
So what are you thinking on this one?
I believe it's in Memphis, or just outside Memphis.
See what everybody else goes with. I have a theory that I'm guessing 1 and 2 are going to be the most answered one on this, but I'm gonna let's see. I think a lot of people.
It's definitely not Chattanooga. Or Knoxville. I don't think it's Knoxville either, right?
Knoxville's where the University of Tennessee is. I was going to say it is Memphis. Okay. So I was thinking 1 or 2 was going to be the main ones on that. I thought some people would go with 1 just because it's connection to country music, and then just kind of thinking like maybe it was like a big birthplace of music in general. But everybody got it. All right, number 5, and I know Sean is probably going to get this. What famous composer composed music for the 1989 Batman movie? John Williams, Hans Zimmer, Danny Elfman, Alexander Desplat. I don't know how you pronounce it.
All right, let me know what other movie did he do that was #1 movie for superheroes? Someone type it in.
I believe I know, but I won't take anybody's thunder.
Danny Elfman. What other #1 superhero movie did he compose?
Ooh, I got almost everybody on that. So, guys, Hans Zimmer did the Dark Knight trilogy. However, Danny Elfman was composer for the '89 Batman. I believe he did Superman as well, didn't he?
Nope. He did Spider-Man, the 2001 Spider-Man.
Really?
Yep. He came up with that Spider-Man theme that everyone knows. And if you actually listen to it, it sounds very similar to the Superman theme, or excuse me, to the Batman theme. It actually does have some similar elements.
Yeah.
But. All right, so we got a couple new people. We got Steph Sample on the board. This might come down to a tiebreaker. Sean's got 2 now, and Cedar Sense is on now too. So, all right, here we go.
Round 5.
Yeah, this is a really spread out one. We had some people peaking early and some people peaking late. So let's see this. It's going to come down to the final round.
Steph said on the last one, "Oh no, that was Star Wars, wasn't it?" I'm not sure what she answered. I'm guessing she probably went with John Williams. Yeah, John Williams. Honestly, what hasn't he composed music for?
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, he Star Wars, Jaws, Indiana Jones. I think he did E.T., didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, it's Jurassic Park. I mean, it's crazy.
All right, question number 1. The album Cracked Rear View, released in 1994, to this day is the top 20 best-selling albums of all time. Who was the artist or band? Soundgarden, Hootie and the Blowfish, Green Day, Blink-182. We listened to this album
all the time,
a lot. Yeah, this is one of my unlocked childhood memories. And it's a really good album.
They were never really able to replicate it after that, but oh man, you gotta love Hootie.
Yeah, honestly, you didn't need to though. They probably made so much money off that, and the lead singer there, Darius Rucker, right? That's his name.
Yep.
He's a huge country singer. Apparently, I don't know anything about country. I just heard that from someone one day, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
No, I was gonna say he's had I think at one point he was like one of the biggest country stars that there was. Like he's had a hugely successful solo career. You just can't help but like the guy's voice too. Like he just has one of those everything feels better when you're listening to that.
All right, question number 2. Name the band fronted by the singer Sting. Is it U2, The Police, Styx, or Fleetwood Mac?
So this was the question earlier that Sting was in that, and it basically said who he was the lead singer of, and then it was asking like what instrument did he play. So we had to remove that one earlier. So I'm curious to see.
It's like most people are. I think everyone's getting that. Okay, so from first to last, what's your favorite and least favorite bands in this order for what's shown? Mine would be from least favorite to favorite. My least favorite is The Police. I don't like
The
Police.
I'm not a fan of The Police.
Then I'm going to go with U2, then Fleetwood Mac, and then Styx. I
agree. I really like Styx. They're underrated, I think.
We saw them at concert, and they actually opened for Def Leppard, and they were phenomenal.
Yeah, I like Styx.
Cedar Census 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's a good one too. All right, question number 3. Who wanted to fight for your right to party? Run DMC, Green Day, Beastie Boys, or Aerosmith? This is an interesting one. I do know this one.
This was on our warm-up CD my sophomore year in high school for our soccer team. I think that was actually our first song on there.
Evelyn says Tommy Shaw rocks. Yeah, Tommy Shaw does rock.
A lot of people going Beastie Boys. That is correct. Curtis went with Run DMC. I think I'm trying to remember if they come up later in a question in this or not.
You got 2 more questions, so
I don't remember. I was thinking of putting them in another. I don't think I ended up doing it, but I had them in there because I thought that they would be the second answer on that.
All right, here we go. Question number 4. Which band sang about money for nothing? Oh, yeah.
Love that song.
The Cure, Pink Floyd, or Dire Straits? So this song, in my opinion, has top 3 best guitar riffs of all time.
Yes.
You have this song, and then you have Layla, in my opinion, is the best guitar riff of all time. And then probably this song, and then I honestly don't know the third because there's probably nothing even close.
I will say I do love the opening to Sweet Child of Mine.
No, I don't like the song. So it ruins it.
I was gonna say I'm not a huge fan of it. I can listen to like the first minute of it and then I'm good, but I do like the opening to that.
I can't handle the 8-minute song in the middle.
I can't either. Now Money for Nothing is a long ass song,
but it's good.
But I can listen to the whole thing.
Yes.
And they'd never get away with that type of song being made today.
No.
Some of the but it is such a good song.
It is. All right, final question of the night. Christina Aguilera got her first hit with which song? What a Girl Wants, Genie in a Bottle, Come On Over Baby, or Beautiful? Whew, man. A couple of these songs, they do slap. So Steph says, okay, so Evelyn says Stevie Ray Vaughan. Yes, Stevie Ray Vaughan He's one of the best, if not the best, guitarists. Ted Nugent's riffs are incredible. Yes, I would agree with you. But the songs, I guess the ones I like personally, I would have to say would be those two in particular. But I just enjoy a good guitar riff.
So everybody going Genie in a Bottle except Brooke is going What a Girl Wants. So it is Genie in a Bottle. I think when I was looking this up, I think What a Girl Wants was maybe the second one.
I was going to guess Come On, what's Come On Over Baby? Is that a song that she had? I don't even know.
Yeah. It's one of her. It was, I think, like on the same album as those two. Beautiful came out later. But I think Genie in a Bottle was like the first big mainstream hit that was played on the radio a lot.
So Mitch and Cedar Sense both have 2, but Dirk pulls away finally at the end. He has 3 points and is declared the winner.
That was a good game. How many people ended up with 2? Well, you got to figure too. Cedar Sense came in halfway through.
He came in like round 3.
So really, he was coming on hot there at the end.
Yep. Curtis pulled another LeBron and blew it. He came up, had some good stats in the beginning, and then when you counted, he just fell flat.
Don't be surprised if you see him teaming up with Dirk on the next game.
Yeah. Curtis decides to take his talents to Dirk Stevens. Oh man.
All right, you got a bonus question for the people out there, Dan? Let me. All right, hold on. Let me unshare this here.
I do have one. It's an interesting one. I'm trying to think of how I want to word it. Give me a minute here. Okay.
Right, no pressure. Everybody's just waiting on you.
Let me just double check in the honor of going to Disney World, I want to do a little Disney music.
Oh, all right.
Would be let me just make sure.
Curtis is fighting back now.
Oh boy, poor guy. Give me 1 second, peeps. Let me make sure I think I'm right. Let me just. Okay. All right. Does anybody know where the song and the ride, It's a Small World, which is obviously iconic with Disney, where did it originate? What park or what attraction, what place did the ride / song first come to?
Cedar Sense wants to know who's that looking in your window, Dan.
I think it's a weird. It's a picture. It looks like a window, but it's actually a picture. The one, it does kind of look like a face.
All right, we got all sorts of.
Someone says Uranus, Florida, Wakanda, California, Disneyland. No, it did not originate in Disneyland. It's a Small World actually came out in 1964. Brooke says Switzerland. Nope. Kylie, do you have one? Because it actually, so I'll say time's up now. It actually came out from the 1964 New York World Fair. Walt Disney actually asked for permission to use it.
I was gonna guess Chicago World Fair.
Yeah, New York World Fair. So all right, I'll do one more. I'll do a non-Disney one. And say, hold on. I think I got it too.
Steph says she likes the posters. Thank you. We got obviously. Oh, I'm pointing the wrong way. We got Star Wars. Obviously, we've got the one that started it all, the original Iron Man, and then we've got my signed picture there, Mikey Ruzioni, captain of the Miracle on Ice team. Signed picture right there too. So, thank you. We'll be adding more to it here shortly.
All right. So here's a one in honor of Kyle having Star Wars poster up, the OG poster.
Oh, yeah.
Star Wars came out in 1977. What was the top-selling album of 1977? You can do the name and band or just the band / artist. 1977. Do you got any guesses, Kyle?
1977.
I would have. This would have been like, okay, if it was multiple choice, I would have gotten it. Wow, Brooke got it. That was actually pretty quick.
Wow.
Fleetwood Mac, oops, sorry, wrong one. There it is. Fleetwood Mac with the album Rumors, which is definitely their best album. Yeah, it's the best-selling album of 1977, followed by Barry Manilow. What the hell? Like what? I mean,
I was gonna go with Genesis.
Then Steve Miller Band was third. Beatles. Oh, it's just a retread for Beatles.
I was gonna say Beatles.
Pink Floyd, Commodores, Marvin Gaye. So, but yeah, Foreigner, Queen. Yeah, 1977. Barry Manilow, man, the dude had a live album that came out and it sold like hotcakes. But it was Fleetwood Mac with Rumors. So, guys, thank you so much for playing. Dirk, good job. Congrats for winning, and we'll see you guys hopefully 9:30 on Wednesday. What are we doing, Kyle? Do we know what we're doing yet? Are we gonna...
I don't know. What do you think? What should we do? Should we do a general knowledge, or should we do
people give us suggestions, and we're gonna pick one of them tonight?
Yeah, before we jump off, do that. Everybody throw a suggestion in there. What you want us to do Wednesday night for trivia, and we'll pick one.
Mitch wants to know, Jay Beebs, if he was alive, he definitely would have gotten number one in 77.
Yeah. You know what? He was so good that they probably will like amend the fact that Fleetwood Mac had the number one album, and they're gonna be like, oh no, the Beebs, he came around 30 years later. But
Cedar says best Ron Jeremy flicks. Oh boy, yikes.
Steph says 90s cartoons. Sean says 90s movies.
We could do both. We could do the only tough thing about Dino Trivia, Mitch, is as much as because I'm a huge Dino fan, Dino Trivia would be tough. We have to figure out how to do that where it wouldn't be because you need pictures and stuff, I think, to really help.
I'm just here to say, if we did Dino Trivia, Dan and I's nephew Henry would smoke everybody.
He knows his dinos.
Oh yeah. Dirk says Looney Tunes.
That's not bad.
Some Looney Tunes.
We got another Looney Tunes. All right, so we'll do something with cartoons or maybe Looney.
Yeah, we'll do. I just say we'll do some kind of cartoon. Why don't we just do that? It can range anything from. It can range anything from like
from Mickey Mouse in the 20s to
Family Guy and everything in between. Simpsons. Oh yeah, let's do it.
All right, we'll see you guys Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching and playing with us. We'll see you then, guys.